All right. Hey, if you are here to hear all about eXp Realty, you're in the right place. My name is David Harbour. I've been with the company now for, geez, 10 for sorry about that. For 10 years. I've been with the company. I've been in real estate 23 years. And what I have here is kind of an overview of how this company is radically changing the real estate industry. And I don't say that lightly. I know a lot of you are, who are watching this are, maybe you've heard something about EXP, or maybe you've never heard anything about EXP. You owe it to yourself to really vet this company because it is drastically different than the other brokerages models out there. Now, let me paint a picture here. For 12 years, I was at Remax and I loved it. I was at 100%, and I never thought about these types of questions until somebody who left Remax went to EXP and approached me and said, David, do you have any type of residual income from the brokerage? Do they share in the revenue with you? I said, no. Do they give you any ownership? If you went to your broker today and said, will you share in the ownership of this company so when I retire that there's some type of nest egg for me? No, I didn't have that. I was hanging my license at a franchise, which most of you probably are as well, or you're at a boutique brokerage. What I'm going to show you here is going to blow your mind. And it's about how eXp Realty, which is an agent owned cloud based brokerage, we're a publicly traded company. We're not a franchise. We're not, and we don't have brick and mortar. And I'll explain to you what that is. But let me do a screen share real quickly first. If you're here to learn more about eXp, you are absolutely positively in the right spot. So let's try this. I'm going to do a screen share and I want to show you something first. First of all, hopefully you can see that. My name is David Harbour. I've been in the real estate industry almost 23 years. Gosh, it's gone by like that. And I love what I do. I was an agent who started out at Weichert here. I live outside of Washington, D.C. area. I moved over to Remax when I realized that they were taking too much of my commission at the previous brokerage. And I was at Remax for 12 wonderful years. I loved it. I loved going to the conventions. I just thought, wow, this is the brand, red, white, and blue. And at the time, I had a team of 5 agents that were working for me. And I was a featured agent on HGTV with Sabrina Soto on a show called Get It Sold. Life was good. I had no reasons to look over the fence. I thought this is it, the pinnacle. Until a Remax broker that I had met at one of the conventions said, David, I left Remax. I went with this company. The reason why is Remax was crushing me on franchise fees, and there really wasn't any let's say, pot at the end of the rainbow for him other than he was renting the brokerage. He said, I'm going to this company. It's a lot like what you hear Amazon is, or Airbnb or Uber. They're a real estate company that doesn't own buildings or real estate offices. They do everything virtual, and they're not a franchise. Those are the two biggest overhead expenses. He said, this company is a publicly traded company that shares in the revenue and they give their agents stock on top of incredible splits. Well, I had to listen. I had to listen because he's a good friend of mine. I respected him. He's in the Hall of Fame in North Carolina. Anyways, after I started looking at it, I started realizing those are things that I don't have right now. I don't have any type of revenue sharing. If I introduce somebody to my company, I would get a Starbucks card, or maybe a sandwich at Subway. Literally, I mean, I wouldn't get anything. At this company, at eXp Realty, when you introduce people to the company and they sell something, you get a percentage of their gross commission. Period. End of story. Nobody gets in the way of that. Every year that they're in the business, even into your retirement, provided that you hold your license. So I was like, wait a second. I can earn stock, I can earn revenue, and I'm just doing what I normally do is sell real estate. I made the transition. And it was 10 years ago, almost to the month, that I left Remax. And the telling factor for me, when I knew that I made the right decision, is when my broker, I was really tight with them, but I haven't spoken with them since. I thought that there was loyalty there, and I got nothing. I didn't get a gold watch. I didn't get any type of revenue sharing. I didn't get anything. It was basically, don't let the door hit you in the backside. That's when I realized this company has a totally different real estate model that most real estate professionals don't even acknowledge. They don't look at, they don't even understand it. And that's why it's different. Uh, my background is I played in the NFL for a little bit here in Washington. I quickly moved to a job that was in the NBA and NHL. Worked there for 5 years, went to the Stanley Cup Finals, and then I decided at some point I didn't want to have a boss, and so I got into real estate. So that's a little bit about my background. Those questions that were asked to me, I'll ask you to ask yourself these same things. What is your exit strategy from real estate? What does that look like? Does your current brokerage offer you any type of equity in that brokerage? I'm pretty sure they don't. And then do they share in the revenues with you? If you went into their office right now and said, will you share in the revenue? If I introduce some agents, will you give me revenue as a result of that? I know what the answer is. It's no, they're not. That's how this company is different. I'm going to show you a couple of slides before we actually get into the presentation, but think of it like this. Think about like a disruptor in the industry that changes the way people do business. Well, that's what Amazon did. Nobody thought buying books online or things online would happen. Well, you're starting to see brick and mortar offices closing left and right. Same thing happened with Blockbuster. Blockbuster was on every corner. And then somebody came by with a totally radically different business model and it changed the industry. Well, that's exactly what's happening here at eXp. eXp Realty is changing the industry for real estate professionals. And that's why we are the fastest growing real estate brokerage that's ever existed. I mean, this is a little bit of a history here, but Century 21 started out in franchising, 1971. Dave Liniger took Remax to 100% commission, which a lot of agents flocked there, and they became number one. And then Keller Williams took it to another level with training and profit sharing, and they became number one. But the problem is that the profit share, agents have been finding out that there isn't as much profit to share with those agents. And so Glenn Sanford in eXp, Glenn Sanford's our founder, the wonderful, brilliant, humble genius that he is, said, you know what? We're going to take this to another level. We're going to get rid of brick and mortar. We're going to get rid of that franchise fee, and we're going to pay our agents more. We're going to pay them in stock. We're going to pay them in revenue share, not profit share. Big, big difference. And so when you look at these models, the ones on the left-hand side all have really good agents, do top volume, but at the end of the day, they're not building any equity. They're not sharing any revenue with the company. The agents at eXp Realty, they're doing exactly what those other agents are doing. They're real estate professionals. But while they're doing it, they're building a business. They're able to add agents on here, anywhere in the United States, and now globally in 14 different countries and growing. You introduce somebody to the company and you get revenue based on that. And the fact that we are now a publicly traded company, agents are earning stock just for doing what they've already been doing, selling, introducing agents to the company, capping. The company gives you free stock. I didn't have that where I was before, and it's a total game changer. So here's a simple slide that sums this up. Most agents are selling, 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 and they're going through that treadmill. eXp agents are doing the exact same thing with incredible splits, but while they're doing it, they're earning stock, and the stock is going up in value, or has been, and the company is growing and the profits are growing. And you have the opportunity to introduce people to the company. Instead of getting a Starbucks card, you now get paid thousands of dollars per agent, and it's the highest residual income plan in the real estate business, not even close. And it goes 7 levels deep. So when eXp came about, it really, really was a game changer. Now, a lot of people will say, well, how does that work? Well, it works like this. The biggest overhead expense is brick and mortar and franchise fees. That goes to the broker. The broker then passes it on to the agent. And there's a lot of it there. When you think about each of these individual offices, they have leases or mortgages, they have utilities, accounting, tools and training, franchise fees. I mean, it's you just add it on, insurance. Then there's capital expenditures, staffing. It could be a million or millions of dollars per office. eXp has found a way to increase training, eliminate a lot of those overhead expenses, and pay it forward to the agents for helping this company grow. That's how this company is drastically different. So I'm going to go through this presentation right here, but here's an introduction to eXp Realty. And we already talked about this, but these are the disruptors in the industry: Netflix, Amazon, Uber. Well, eXp is doing the exact same thing in the real estate space. We've now taken technology and enhanced the ability. During this pandemic over the last year, companies have realized that they can do a lot of business without physically being in their brick and mortar offices and just maintain the same level or actually increase productivity. Well, real estate is one of those industries that has benefited if you don't have a brick and mortar office. We have exploded in growth because our virtual training modules, our ability to use technology, and the fact that, according to NAR, most top producing agents don't even go into the office. That's where eXp has really kind of separated itself from the rest of the real estate community. And so, a lot of people say we're different, or we're groundbreaking. What you need to do is look at the business model of your current brokerage. Ask these two simple questions. Will my broker give me any stock equity ownership? And number two, will they share in the revenues with me if I help grow the company? My guess is most of you who will watch this, the answer is going to be absolutely not. That's how this is a game changer. That's how this is changing agents' lives here at eXp now and in the future. Oftentimes, as real estate professionals, we're looking at 6-month cycles of, getting stuff in the pipeline and selling, and then I got to do it all over again. But the really smart ones, the ones who follow the Robert Kiyosaki's or the Grant Cardones, or those people understand the power of residual income. That's what this company has to offer. So I'm not going to be able to get to everything that eXp has to offer in this particular presentation, but I want you to sit up and take notice and go, you know what? I want to find out more about this. So if somebody sent you here, or you want to learn more about it, reach out to the person and really have an honest, lengthy conversation about how this company's different, how it'll affect my business, and how it'll help me grow my legacy, if you will, in building financial wealth. The company was founded in 2009 by Glenn Sanford. And Glenn is just an unbelievable leader for us. He's done a great job and he's a visionary, but he's created this ability to train people in this virtual office called Verbella, which we actually own. And at first, it looks like a video game. It's a little strange, but I can tell you that is one of the most impactful and powerful ways to collaborate and communicate. Case in point, if you ask most brokerages how many classes they have per week, live classes, they might say one, two, maybe three. We have over 50 hours of live classes each and every week. And they range from, hey, I got a lead, to technology, to I do 100 million and I want to get it beyond, or I want to grow my team, and everything in between. 50 live hours of classes. It's all built also on a foundation of this brokerage is built from the agent's perspective, with the agents in mind, not the company in mind, but the agents. And so it's built on a core set of values that they have of service, sustainability, collaboration, transparency, integrity, innovation, agile, fun, and community. Transparency is huge. Right now, you can go see exactly what eXp is spending money on, what we made last year, who's being paid what. If you went to your current brokerage and asked those questions, I'll guarantee you're not going to get any of those answers. Not to mention, every year we have a shareholders meeting, and every agent that earns stock just by selling something, they get to attend the shareholders meeting and they learn all about the company, what they did the past year, and what is happening in the future for the company. It is incredibly empowering when you have ownership in a company and you feel as though I actually have equity in this wonderful brokerage, that I'm agent number 50. We're now at 55,000 agents worldwide, and I have ownership in this company. And the company not only is a real estate brokerage, they own technology, but we also, Glenn, bought Success Magazine and all the rights that go with that. Yeah, this Success Magazine with every major entrepreneur. eXp purchased that, and there's going to be a huge component for agents to learn to be able to help with their business development. It's a lot to take in. It really is. But I advise you, slowly take it in. Don't listen to what somebody else has told you. Don't listen to what your broker is ramming down your throat, because I'll guarantee you they have it wrong. Find out for yourself. Here's the essentials for our business model. It's an 80-20 commission split. Everybody's on it. 16,000 cap. As soon as you hit that cap, you go to 100%. You have an $85 a month tech fee, which gets you incredible tools. It gets you KV Core website, gets you access to, oh, by the way, for a brokerage that doesn't have any brick and mortar offices, we utilize Regus facilities. There are offices everywhere. Said I had one office in my backyard here. I now have access to 43 offices. And all I have to do is pull it up on my phone, find out where the closest Regus office is, and I can go in and meet a client. Not bad. You only pay fees when you do a transaction. There's a $25 broker review fee, and there's a $40 risk management or E&O insurance fee. That's capped out at $500. Those fees are only paid when you sell something. As I mentioned before, the company started out in 2009. We quickly became a publicly traded company in 2013. In 2015, just 6 short years ago, we were 650 agents. We jumped to almost 10 times that, 6,500 agents in 1 year. Then we actually became a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. And at 2020, actually, this is even behind, we're at 55,000 agents. And we are literally in, what is it, 14 different countries. This is eXp Global here. So when I look at a map and how far this company has come, we are now in Panama, we're in Colombia, Puerto Rico, Spain, Israel, and this is all within the last few years. When I say we're the fastest growing real estate brokerage, I literally mean it, that we are spreading like wildfire. And it's not because we have the coolest logo or the best colors or, we all drink the Kool-Aid. It's because this business model is changing the game in real estate. So much so that leaders in the industry who were super successful without eXp are coming on board. Perhaps you've heard of Than Merrill, who is a mega flipper and has an incredible business model training people on how to do exactly what he's doing. Joined eXp. Perhaps you watch HGTV, Tarek El Moussa. Well, from the show Flip or Flop, super successful guy. He joined eXp. And then this one, the king of all kings in real estate, Grant Cardone, Mr. 10X himself. Again, he doesn't need eXp, but he joined, he and his wife, because they saw the power of this model. That is super, super incredible that we're attracting those types of agents. So if you're an agent there, and I've just showed you, you can earn stock, you can earn equity. We're the fastest growing real estate brokerage, as you've seen, in 10 short years. We're in every state in the US and 14 countries. And those major players in the real estate industry are joining. Why wouldn't you at least do your homework and check out what it is that's making this company explode like this? When I look at our growth, it's literally not only changing the industry here within the United States, but it's changing it abroad. It's changing it abroad. And a lot of people might say, well, I haven't heard of eXp. Well, if you haven't, you might not be looking at the bigger picture of what's going on. Just within the last year, these types of awards have been rained down on eXp for production, sales volume, top movers and shakers, top volume. The company is attracting major talent in every state that we're in. And so I would say to you, do yourself a favor and look at what this company has to offer. Do an apples to apples comparison, because they're doing things outside the box with the stock and revenue share. And oh, by the way, eXp also offers agents agent health care. There's actually a provider that we've worked with that provides health care to the agents that need it. And as far as technology, Inman News has given us the nod for most innovative brokerage finalist, not once, but twice. And that's because of the technology that we're giving to our agents, from marketing suites to SkySlope to workplace Facebook to actually collaborating on various tools. And then the creme de la creme on websites. Every agent gets a KV Core lead generation website. It has video emails, drip campaigns. It has smart texting. It is literally a game changer for many agents' businesses. And the types of partners that we're attracting, everything from Intralend mortgage companies to the CE Shop to Build a Sign, everything that could possibly help you with your business, we have partners in almost every state. And as far as marketing and branding, you get access to Breakthrough Broker, which has thousands of pieces of marketing material, anything from listing agreements all the way up to flyers. Now, I'm going to end on these two things here, which are really powerful, but this is our revenue share plan. And a lot of people will say, well, how does that work? Well, I'll tell you how it works. The company and the way Glenn set it up is it's very, very generous to the agent. Most of these real estate brokerages, especially at the corporate level, have millions of dollars that end up going back into the owner or going back into the company. Well, Glenn has wanted to make sure that the company is shared, the company's wealth, I should say, is shared by the agents. And so it's very simple. If you have the ability to bring people onto the company, you get a percentage of their gross commission. If that person brings somebody on, they're now in your downline or your team. And that goes 7 levels deep. It is based on revenue share, not profit share, which there's a big, big difference. That's one of the questions that you want to talk to with the person that sent you here is, can you explain the difference between rev share and profit share? Excuse me. Here's the other way to also earn stock equity. And it's very simple. You're at your brokerage, you sell something and I sell something, you get your commission check, I get a commission check, and I get a stock certificate that sits in my account, invests for 3 years, and once it's vested, I can go cash it out or hold on to it. Once you fully cap, when you cap where you are, you might get a trophy. I actually get paid stock that is worth money, which I'd much rather have. And then the other thing is, if I introduce somebody to the company and they sell something, I get issued shares of stock. It is incredibly powerful. Now, if you're one of our Apex agents and you're an icon agent and you're doing a lot of production, the company wants to talk to you. They want to not only talk to you, they want to pay you to be with eXp. That's right. We call this our Icon Awards production. And basically what it is if you hit a certain milestone in production, the company will give you $16,000 in your cap money back to you in the form of stock. You hold on to it. You basically fulfill some of the duties that you have as an icon agent, which are very simple. You'll teach a class or you'll go to one of the events, and you now have stock equity in the amount of $16,000 or more that the company has given you. That's right. Right now, if you're a top producing agent, most likely you're paying your cap fee and that's it. You're losing it. Here, agents are getting paid to be here at eXp. And then the last thing is we actually have an agent equity program where if you want to pay a percentage of your commission to buy the stock at a discount, you can. So basically you're getting built-in equity. And so there's 3 main ways to earn stock with the company. So I'm going to turn this off right here, guys, and I'm going to stop sharing. I went through that super fast, but it's important that you understand, get with the person that sent you here. Go and talk to them and really dive into this. You'd be doing yourself a huge disservice. I can't tell you how many agents that I've talked to that have turned it down, said, oh, I like my broker. Oh, I like my coffee. I like my office. And then they realize that they've left, and I'm not even joking when I say this, hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue and equity on the table that they would have earned had they come. And so that's the last thing that I'll say is that reach out to whomever shared this with you. Reach out. If you don't have anybody, call me, contact me, text me, and you can find my name, David Harbor, and I'm on Facebook. And you can go to bestbrokeragemodel.com, and we'll share with you how this company has grown from agent number 50 10 years ago to 55,000 agents, publicly traded, attracting the top real estate professionals in the world, and now going global. If that isn't enough, then maybe having a financial future isn't that important to you. But if it is, give us a call. Okay, guys. If you have any other questions, give me a shout. Otherwise, thanks for your time. And hey, we'll see you.